Hi, it's Mike with Matawan Works, back again with a new video. I hope you enjoy. It's been a while, but I got a little time today. I'm gonna do a short video. Up ahead of us, we have some stumps and a mound that we're gonna take out and dispose of. Hopefully, level the topsoil out, the fill, so we don't have any ruts or holes. And that's gonna be it. I have the excavator with me today. It's 10 to 8 in the morning. We're going to get cracking on this job. So as typical, the customer had reached out saying they had a small job with a few small stumps, a little bit of brush, and a mound of dirt that they wanted to get bulldozed over. With fuel prices being what they are, I tried to do this estimate over the phone and educate them and get an idea as to what was going on. But the more I spoke with them, and the more I realized that this wasn't a so to speak, a small job. Stumps, usually like icebergs, are much bigger at the base than they are at the surface. And as you can see by the size of the holes that I'm digging here, these were not pushovers. Now, pine trees have very soft wood and the roots break, and I can take out good-sized trees, good-sized stumps with this machine. But anything over 24 inches would have been too much. And I believe one of the stumps here was actually at the 20-inch mark. But again, I'm in the Pine Barrens, sandy soil. It was easy digging. I was able to break a lot of the roots off the stump, and I managed to pull the tree stumps out just barely. Had these been any other kind of tree, not just any kind of tree, but any kind of hardwood tree, I would have never been able to get this job done. I would have needed a much bigger machine, maybe like an E50, to pull something that size of hardwood. Any cherries, oaks, maples, even locusts would have been quite a bit hard. Unfortunately, I'm having issues with my GoPro and the continuity of the video. A lot of times I'm getting like 45-minute clips, but once the first clip is recorded, the GoPro is stopping recording instead of beginning the second recording. I'm going to reformat my card. Maybe that'll fix the issue. I also got a second GoPro, a Hero 9. I'm going to see how that works out. Might be able to actually get better audio with that GoPro than I can with this one. This one doesn't have an external mic, so the case covers the mic, and I end up not getting a lot of audio out of it. So as the job went on, eventually I sifted out all the tree roots and stumps. Eventually you get to the point where it's time to level, but there's a lot of stuff still in there. So I just bulldozed everything to the one corner, sifted it out, picked everything I could out with the machine, and then loaded that up. Following that, I pushed the mound, I spread that mound of dirt uphill, and then I did the same thing. That way I ensured I got as much of those roots and brush out of there so that they don't cause a problem later on when they're doing the finish grading. Now, we could have brought in the MT85 with the Harley rake and some topsoil and knocked this thing out, and it would have been ready for seed. Unfortunately, the customer didn't want to do that phase for now. I believe they want to do that themselves, which is not a problem. We did end up making the first load just with the brush and the roots from the tear out, and they had this pile of pine logs on the side of the road, and they weren't sure why people weren't taking it. They're new to the area. They're not familiar with firewood or anything like that. So I explained to them how pine trees and evergreens have sap, and that can create creosote in the chimneys and eventually create a chimney fire. So that way, number one, they don't use it themselves, and they understand now why people are not going to be taking the pine trees. They asked me about burning it outside, and I figured there's not a problem so long as there's no chimney. There's nothing for the creosote to build up, so any fire pits or anything like that, you can still burn. As a way of getting rid of it, pine trees are very low in BTUs compared to just about any other hardwood. You almost have to burn twice the pine to get the same heat out of an oak, or let's say a hickory or a cherry. So that's why a lot of people that are familiar with burning fire would just really just stay away from it, even for outdoor purposes. So the second load, we had a little extra room. I had to really hustle for that, so I didn't get any recording of that second load. But we got those logs, we got those branches on the side of the road, and then I topped it off with some of the debris from the tree removal that they did. That was on the side of the off camera, just to give them a good value. Once I get a second load going, I want to get it as full as possible. I mean, they're paying for the full load. I'm going to give them a full load. And here you have it, finished product, ready for topsoil and seed. Once again, this is Mike from Mab Landworks. Thank you for watching. See you next time.